Goldie Hawn isn't the only person who's seen a UFO in her family. I keep thinking about her just being like, it's just amazing how special they were. But it turned out her husband, the incredible Kurt Russell, he believes he's the first person to report the Phoenix Lights.
Yeah, that's incredible. Well, I mean, it seems like the story matches up. I mean, it's a very interesting story. He said that...
Oh, yeah, according to Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
I was flying. It's my son to go see his girlfriend, and we were on approach. I saw 6 lights over the airport in absolute uniform in a V shape. Oliver said to me, I was just looking at him. I was coming in. We're maybe half a mile out. And Oliver said, Paw, what are those lights? Then I kind of came out of my reverie, and I said, I don't know what they are, son. And he said, are we okay here, Paw? And I said, yeah, I'm going to call it. And I reported it. He was the first person to see it.
He was, yeah. He was coming on approach, and it wasn't...
Snake Plissken's the man, dude.
Oh, man. Kurt Russell's so fucking cool. It's like, Kurt Russell's one of those guys that has, like, the catchphrase for it. He doesn't really have a catchphrase, but he kind of has a catchphrase. We talk about it in our house all the time. Kurt Russell's catchphrase is, listen, lady.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine...
Listen, lady. Wow, I can actually hear him say that.
You can hear him saying, listen, lady. And you can hear him saying it in multiple movies.
Listen, lady. Wow, that is true.
Yeah, it's like he's got that one like Jason Bateman's is, listen, I don't like this any more than you do.
It's verbal tics.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
It's verbal tics because a lot of times those guys, they don't memorize lines. So they just kind of say stuff. It's like, it's Owen Wilson's, wow.
Yeah, wow.
People tell me we have verbal tics.
I would imagine.
And then it hurts my brain.
Don't tell me what mine is.
No, I
don't want to know.
No,
I already know which ones mine kind of are just because I'm a limited writer.
What can we do? We're just constantly talking, and then if I get caught in a loop, all of a sudden I am saying it all the time, and I don't mean to be.
Yeah.
Because I just have to. I never stop talking. I've not stopped talking since I woke up.
No, I know.
So I don't know what comes out.
No, you can only say so. There's only so many ways that you can say. That's why I said the other day when I was writing the episode, and I said something about when that frog gets punched?
It's hard to. It was a slippery frog to peg. Strangest term I'd ever heard. Yeah. It's
because I'd written like 40 pages that week, and you can only come up with so many different ways to saying shit.
I don't know. Just ask Stephen King. Because he comes up with wackadoo shit all day long. There's always some guy named, he comes up with good new nicknames and turns of phrases all the time, like skidoo, skidoo, or like, you tell them shitters.
No, that's what I was just about to say. Is that
the shitters. And
but he did that for an entire book, though. That was Christine. Most of the book was like half of it was shitters.
But every book has one of those.
Those weird verbal
It always
things.
has some, turn of phrase some character has. Because, again, he's the master. And I guess he created us.
I suppose he did.
Now, another update. Erin Patterson, crying bitch from New Zealand, who is sad about the mushrooms, that she has now finally been arrested for poisoning her family using death cap mushrooms inside of a beef Wellington.
Wow.
She said her biggest defense so far is that I got sick too. But that's because you were trying to hide the fact that you were poisoning the family, so you put less mushrooms into your serving. I mean, again, innocent until proven guilty. So these are allegations. But look at that face.
Yeah.
It is hard because now, I feel like the biggest suspicious thing with her case was what they revealed was that the death cap mushrooms were in fact ground up with button mushrooms.
Yeah, and that would make it very difficult for her to control her portion size, wouldn't it?
I just think that she just kind of put it in one half.
Yeah, in one half of
and
the
then
welly.
She cut one half, and then she took an end piece. She's like, I like the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then she cut the end. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
But I do think that really speaks more to her guiltiness.
Yeah.
You did try to cover it up.
Yeah,
you
of
tried
course.
to hide it.
Yeah, if she says, I got sick too, it's like that actually is worse for your case.
Yeah, it's probably just because you had death cap mushroom residue all over your hand. You got it all over you.
Her name is she's not. Her name is Erin Patterson. I thought she's from Leongatha.
No, Leongatha.
That's the actual town. Leongatha. Man, there's some great fucking New Zealand names in here.
There really is.
Wonthaggi, Gippsland, Leongatha woman, Erin Patterson.
See, this thing, she also did the thing where she tried to blame the Asian market. She did that. She said she bought them and she just didn't know what they were. And as we know, and I got many messages from mycologists and people who work with mushrooms all the time, that is the number one lesson. If you have any sort of understanding about mushrooms or have worked with mushrooms at all, is that you don't eat it if you don't know what the fuck it is.
Yes, exactly. I actually have
very-
heard that death's cap mushrooms are making a big comeback here in the U.S., and they're saying that foraging is getting really dangerous here.
You just got to be careful. Where are they? Where are death cap? Let me look at this death cap mushroom. I mean, it's kind of got like, it doesn't look, it looks like any type of mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what that is what's hard about it. It does look like a type of mushroom, but it doesn't look like button mushrooms.
Yeah, they're invasive. They're thriving in North America. This came out just in August. This was in National Geographic.
I don't know. I just feel like they don't sell them at the store. So I think it's very difficult to get them at the store.
Well, they do look very similar to regular mushrooms. They're not it's not like they have like a big death's head on them or anything like that.
But they don't sell them at the store. So you would not have gotten them at the store. No. They definitely arrived at her home from outside of the store. It seems like they were a mail order. Obviously, this will go to trial. But now that she has been arrested, this is one of those places, I believe, especially in New Zealand, where number one, they're a little bit more responsible with their terms of you're innocent until you're proven guilty. More often than not, if you do a crime in Australia or New Zealand and you have yet to be pronounced either way, they hide your identity.
Yeah.
But she seemed to have kind of grasped the public attention. I'm not sure if that's just because it's New Zealand, but she it ain't looking good because if they would not have arrested her if they didn't have some form of significant evidence. But again, she is innocent until proven guilty.
That is true. Did we once get a cease and desist about that? Because you've been really hitting that hard.
No, it's important to remember.
Okay.
I just think, honestly, I think it's because of talking about true crime so often, and we got into a thing before when we were starting to talk about the Brian Kohberger case.
Yeah.
Without any factoids, and you kind of get the problem with the constant reporting on a subject before you're at trial is that everything changes.
It's tough.
All the time. So we were constantly changing and chasing after corrections.
Yeah.
And people saying, that's wrong, that's wrong. So now it's kind of me, I try to wait until we get to the trial because now I know what fucking happened to me. I got the C-SPAN disease that you guys all got where I watch trial footage all the time.
Yeah. No, it's fun, man. I find it very comforting to just put it on in the house. Just put court TV on in the house. There's
I watch
something
it all the
about
time.
it. Yeah, it's wonderful.
But also helps me think about my trials. Even how I'll
your own personal trial. Oh, your future trials, not your personal trials and tribulations.
No, how I'll approach. I think the big thing too is being like, "Fuck you, I'm out." Each time you don't like it, and then make them beg you to come back to the stand, right? And then wear a shirt that says, "I'm innocent, you whores," right? I feel like that's also big. Again, coming on strong.
Yeah.
And then same time though, if the evidence comes out, cry truthfully. That's also important. I think that's important to also master.
Yeah, so you're in the big personality school of law.
I'm innocent until there's evidence, and then it's been let's think about how I can come back here. All right, let's think about maybe I'm going to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I understand that.
This next one more update. Now, this was before your time on Side Stories, but it is interesting that we got an update from the Campbell family, James and Brittany. Now, they were a part of a really insane tale that I'm glad has not happened to me, and I don't want it to happen to me, where their home, they went on vacation with their 2 children, and their home was then occupied by a man by the name of Ezekiel Zayas, who then destroyed their whole home, created what was the then aforementioned piss shrine, which was what we talked a little bit before the show about the semantics of a shrine. Yeah. But it seemed to be his own goals. Yeah, is what the shrines were. It was a pile of shit with his pistol on the bed.
My point was that you can't really make a shrine to it. A shrine cannot be unto itself because it seems like it's just a big puddle of piss on.
Again, I think it's just the piss.
You think it's a? You think it's a celebration of piss?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and they
using his own piss.
Using his own piss, and then he fucked up the house. He went through he made an inventory of all the things that they owned inside of their home. They saw all of their kitchenware was piled up, and he was wearing James Campbell's clothes when they arrived. But the really unsettling part was a series of manifestos he had left behind saying about how he was going to do sexual surgery to them and the children, and he was going to turn them from rat creatures to the perfect specimen.
He believed that the family were rat creatures.
Yes, and he had a lot of ideas.
Okay.
I honestly think that's what he was most guilty of.
Too many ideas.
Yes, and then he just didn't know how to get it out. But then he obviously got arrested. But there has been an update. So this was in 2020, but he has just now, I believe, been sentenced. He murdered his cellmate. So he was dropped into. So he was at the Oahu Community Correctional Center, and I believe at the time he was serving consecutive prison terms totaling up to 40 years if the judge in the case declared he posed a significant lethal danger to his community. But now he's just pleading for he now just pled guilty to manslaughter for killing his cellmate when he first got there, a man by the name of Vance Grace, who was there. He was 62 years old, and he was just there on burglary charges, and Zayas literally stomped his head to death.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No, it's fucking horrific.